Not all men are created equal. This is especially true when it comes to how they behave around women. Though there are some general similarities, the way that different types of men interact with women can vary greatly. One type of man that seems to cause high attraction for women is the Sigma male. Sigma males are the men who exist outside of the traditional social hierarchy. They're the rebels, the lone wolves, and the nonconformists. And while they might not conform to traditional gender roles, they still know how to drive women wild in all the right ways. Thinking outside the box is one of their strong suits, which often results in unexpected and exciting acts. When alpha and beta males stick to the script, sigma males rewrite it. This not only makes them more interesting, but also more challenging. While there are many ways to drive women wild, here are 12 ways sigma men do it. 1. They don't need her validation. Sigma males aren't looking for her approval or acceptance. They're not trying to win her over or impress her. They couldn't care less about what she thinks of them. This doesn't mean they're rude or disrespectful, but rather that they don't put her on a pedestal. They see her as an equal and are not afraid to challenge her. While many women are used to men who pandered to them and told them what they wanted to hear, Sigmas are a refreshing change of pace. This doesn't mean that you should start being rude or obnoxious, but rather that you shouldn't go out of your way to try and please her. If she doesn't like you for who you are, then she's not worth your time. When women see that you don't care about their approval, it will make them wonder about all sorts of things. This will get them thinking about you long after you've left her presence. They'll be curious to know why you're not interested in winning them over, and what it is you're looking for. Many women are not used to this type of behavior from men, so it will definitely pique their interest. They are used to alpha males and beta males trying to impress them by doing everything they can to win their approval. But when a sigma does the opposite, it really gets their attention. 2. They often break the script. Sigmas are nonconformists who don't follow the rules. They hate following the same old path everyone else takes, and don't believe in doing things just because that's the way they've always been done. This doesn't mean they're always going against the grain just for the sake of it. They just don't believe in blindly following rules and conventions. They are independent thinkers who are not afraid to challenge the status quo. This often manifests itself in the way they interact with women. While it's important to be polite, Sigmas don't feel the need to stick to the script. They often break it and do things their own way. They might approach a woman in a unique way or say something unexpected. They don't use the same old hook lines and routines that many other guys use. It's important to note that Sigmas don't do this just to be different. They actually believe in what they're doing and often have a very valid reason for breaking the script. 3. They don't have a problem refusing her. Many men have a hard time saying no to women. They think that any woman who shows interest in them is a potential girlfriend or sexual partner. They don't want to risk offending her or making her feel rejected, so they often say yes. For them, the number one priority is getting laid. Sigma males don't have this problem. They are very comfortable refusing women. They know that not every woman who shows interest in them is a potential partner, and they're not afraid to turn her down. If they don't want to do something, they will simply say no. This doesn't mean that Sigmas are rude, unkind, or don't like women. They just have a very different perspective on women. They see them as individuals, not potential sexual conquests. This allows them to be more choosy and selective in their interactions. Most men only see women in terms of what they can get from them. Their minds are filled only with thoughts of sex and how to score. Everywhere they go, they're on the prowl. So how can a man like this refuse a woman? Only if their imagination is filled with something else, something better. If they have a clear vision of what they want and where they're going, they won't be easily sidetracked by a hot body or a pretty face. This is what allows Sigmas to remain focused and stay on track. 4. They're unapologetically themselves. Sigma males are comfortable in their own skin and don't apologize for who they are. This confidence is extremely attractive to women. They don't try to please everyone or fit into a mold that doesn't suit them. This authenticity allows them to be much more magnetic and intriguing. While beta males might try to be who they think women want them to be, and alpha males might try to project an image of perfection, sigmas simply let their true colors shine. They don't try to impress anyone, they just are who they are. Being genuine and not apologizing for it is something not many men are brave enough to do, which will make you stand out even more. When a man is comfortable enough to just be himself, it shows confidence and self-assurance. This is one of the most magnetic things a man can do because it allows his unique personality to shine through. The Sigma personality type is the rarest of all the personality types, which is why many women don't know how to handle it at first. But once they realize that you're not like anyone they've ever met before, they'll be hooked. This will definitely help to provoke some serious interest from the opposite sex. 5. They have very intense eye contact. Sigma men tend to hold her gaze for a bit longer than most people do. This can be both disconcerting and intriguing. It might make her feel like he's trying to figure her out, or that he's challenging her in some way. But it can also make her feel like he's interested and invested in the conversation. Either way, it's something that she'll definitely notice. This type of eye contact is often seen as a sign of confidence. This can be a little bit intimidating at first, but it's also very effective. It's the type of thing that can make a woman feel both attracted and slightly intimidated at the same time. Of course, you don't want to stare at her for too long. That would just be creepy. Direct eye contact is a powerful tool, but it should be used sparingly. Sigma men know when to use it and when to back off. They understand the importance of building tension and know how to use their eyes to do it. 6. They rarely compliment her. Sigma males are not the type of men who give out compliments frequently. In fact, they'd often avoid them altogether. This might seem like a strange thing to do, but Sigmas know that compliments are often insincere and meaningless. Of course, there are times when a compliment is warranted, but Sigmas want their compliments to mean something. They want them to be earned. This shows that you're not the type of man who just gives out empty flattery. Your compliments will carry more weight and will be more genuine. They don't compliment anyone to gain something from them. They do it because they truly mean it, and there is no other motive behind it. Most women are used to receiving compliments all the time, but they often don't believe them. They know that most men are just trying to flatter them, and they see right through it. On the other hand, Sigma males are much more selective with their compliments. They see women in a completely different light than most other males. They tend to care more about what women do rather than how they look, because they are interested in the actions that show their character. This is why a Sigma's compliments will often be about her intelligence, wit, or achievements. A woman who is used to receiving compliments about her looks all the time might find this refreshing. It shows that you care about more than just her physical appearance. 7. They have a laid-back attitude. Sigmas are known for their laid-back attitude. They don't take things too seriously and don't get worked up about the little things. This can be very frustrating for people who are constantly trying to get them to do things or are always trying to get their attention. Sigma males live in the moment and focus on what's important to them. They don't let other people's opinions or expectations dictate their behavior. This can be very liberating, but it can also be very confusing for women used to a more traditional way of thinking. Many women take this laid-back attitude as a sign of indifference or even disinterest. They don't know that Sigmas are very aware of what's happening around them. Their logic and reasoning skills are always working, even when they appear relaxed and not paying attention. This can be one of the most frustrating things about interacting with a Sigma. On the surface, it seems like they don't care. But the truth is, they care very deeply about the things that matter to them. They just don't allow themselves to get wrapped up in the drama or let trivial things bother them. 8. They don't care about the latest trends. Sigma males are often very independent and individualistic. They don't care about following the latest trends or fitting in with the crowd. They would rather do their own thing and march to the beat of their own drum. This can be very attractive to women because you're not a sheeple. You're your own person with your own unique thoughts and opinions. This independence could be both a good and a bad thing. On the one hand, it shows that you're not afraid to be different. You're not going to blend in with the crowd just because it's easier. You're able to find your own way in life, and that could be very empowering. On the other hand, this could also make you seem aloof or uninterested. If you're too independent, she might get the sense that you don't care about her or anyone else. It's important to strike a balance between being independent and being interested. You don't want to be too needy, but you also don't want to seem like you don't care. Find a sweet spot where you're assertive enough to do your own thing, but still interested enough to show that you care about her and what she has to say. When it comes to fashion, this is not relevant to their lives. They would rather dress in a way that is comfortable for them and expresses their unique personality. They hate the herd mentality and the pressure to conform to societal norms. While it is important to dress well and take pride in your appearance, you shouldn't get too caught up in the latest trends. Just wear what you like and what makes you feel good. 9. They are not afraid to walk away. Sigma men are very independent and are not afraid to walk away from situations that don't work for them. If a woman is being demanding or needy, he will have no problem ending the interaction. He is not going to put up with someone who is trying to control him or drain his energy. Sigmas know their own worth and will not settle for less. They would rather be alone than be with someone who doesn't appreciate them. They are not the type of people who stay in a relationship or a situation just because it's convenient or easy. This can be a very difficult pill for women to swallow. They'd often think that Sigmas are just running away from their problems, but this is not the case. In fact, Sigma males are very brave. They're not afraid to face their problems head-on, but they also know when it's time to cut their losses and move on. This is a lesson that we can all learn from Sigmas. There's no shame in admitting that something isn't working out. Sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away. 10. They get her out of her own head. Sigma males have a way of getting women out of their own heads. They're not afraid to say what's on their mind and are not afraid to ask tough questions. This allows women to see things from a different perspective and to think about things in a new way. It also helps them to let go of their inhibitions and be more spontaneous. Many women are so used to men who just agree with everything they say and do that they find Sigmas refreshing. They're not afraid to push boundaries or challenge her. They enjoy testing someone's limits and seeing what they are capable of. This doesn't mean that you should be rude or disrespectful, but rather that you should be willing to push her out of her comfort zone. Testing her boundaries will help her to grow and to become more confident. It will also help you to get to know her better and to see what she's really made of. Sigma men are often very intelligent and logical people, which means they can help challenge women in many ways. They're not just challenging her emotionally, but also intellectually. This could be a very stimulating and exciting experience for both parties. Sigmas are not taking advantage of women, but helping them grow and expand their horizons. 11. They're not afraid to be controversial. Sigma males aren't afraid to speak their mind or ruffle some feathers. They're not afraid of controversial topics or difficult conversations. In fact, they often enjoy discussing things that other people are uncomfortable with. This willingness to talk about taboo subjects makes them more interesting and engaging. While some men might avoid these topics for fear of a confrontation, Sigmas see them as an opportunity to connect with someone on a deeper level. This willingness to be controversial also shows that you're not afraid to stand up for what you believe in. You're not a pushover or a doormat. You have strong opinions and you're not afraid to voice them. This is something that many women find very attractive in a man. Being able to talk about controversial topics also shows that you're intelligent and well-informed. Women are often bored by men who stick to the same old topics and never venture outside their comfort zone. This type of man is usually not very interesting or engaging. Sigma men have no problem holding their own in a discussion and are always up for learning new things. They are open-minded and willing to consider other points of view. They're flexible and adaptable, two qualities many women want in a man. 12. Their mysterious nature keeps her guessing. Sigma men are often mysterious and elusive. They're the kind of men you can't quite figure out. This sense of mystery can be very intriguing to women. It keeps them guessing and wanting to know more. It's the type of thing that can make a woman feel both excited and nervous at the same time. Sigma males are often reluctant to share too much about themselves. They want to keep some things private, even if others might not understand them. They're not trying to be secretive or evasive, but rather they don't want to share everything because they value their privacy. This mysterious nature can also make Sigmas very tempting to women because it allows them to use their imagination. They can try to figure out what kind of person he is and what his life is like. Being mysterious doesn't mean that you should be distant or unapproachable. You can still be friendly and open, but you don't need to share your whole life right away. Just let her know there is more to you than meets the eye. While it's important to be mysterious, you also don't want to be too mysterious. If you're too difficult to figure out, she might get frustrated and give up. There needs to be a balance between being an enigma and being an open book.